Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Vontina. Today is August the 26th, 2024, and you are here with me on my retirement journey. So, retirement diary, what I'm learning before I go. This is entry number two. So, if you did not see entry number one, I put the link in the show notes so that you can look at that. But I want to share with you my process and everything that I am doing to prepare. And so, in doing that, I found an error or missing documents in my personnel folder. And so, first, I would like to let you know that I am a civil service employee. So, my retirement process is a lot different than those of you who may work for the state government or the county government. I am in the civil service, so mine is just totally different, and I am under the federal employee. What do they call it? It's FERS retirement benefits. So that is my retirement system. So if you are under that system, whether it doesn't matter, if you are a civil service employee, we all have to retire, and our paperwork is prepared by OPM, Office of Personnel Management. So we all have to fill out the same forms, okay? But I want to encourage you not to wait until 1 or 2 months before you decide that you want to check to see if your paperwork is correct. So I am 8 months away from retiring. And so I decided already, I have a folder. So this is my binder. I do not rely upon our human resources, and you shouldn't either. So this is my folder that I have compiled over the 23 years that I have been employed. And so while going through all 150 documents, I noticed that there was missing information regarding my health insurance. So from 2004 up until today, there is no record showing my health benefit certification that or anything. So what we have at our agency, when you need things or to look into something, you put in what is called a service ticket. So I put the service ticket in, and I got an answer immediately. Um, and so it was a gentleman. So he took me through what we have is called our ELPF, Employee Official Personnel File. And he showed me how to maneuver, how to get in and, look for different things. And then he also shared with me how I could print off, well, not actually print, but I could save all of those documents, all 150 as a PDF, and then I could send it to my personal personal computer. And but the document that I was asking was they were not there. So he was not able to help me with that. He thought that I needed help with that I couldn't find what I was looking for. But nonetheless, he did help me, and I learned something from him that I did not know of how to work the program. And so I had to put another ticket in, and that particular ticket had to go to health, had to go to human resources to benefits. Well, again, as soon as I put the ticket in, I got an answer. Well, when the person tried to close the ticket, they put in the remarks the same document that I saw, which is not the correct document. That document was only that I changed my insurance, not that that it was a certification of insurance. So I had to reopen the ticket, and I said, no, that is not the right form, because if you look at the top of the form, it says this notice was for, and it was for a change of benefits. This has nothing to do with my continuous service of having health benefits. And the reason why I am so glad that I just so happened, I just went in there to look around, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. If they're going to take this entire this package, they're going to package it together. They're going to send it over to Office of Personnel Management, who puts together my pension plan. They're going to see the same thing that I'm seeing, that this lady doesn't have insurance after 2004. So then what are they going to say? I am not eligible to have to carry my insurance over into retirement. And forget trying to go back to your agency to get anything, because once you're out of the system and once you're gone, they don't care about you anymore. And so without any proof, how will I then dispute that with OPM? Because first of all, OPM is not at your agency. Okay. So I encourage you to sit down, take some time to go through your employee file to make sure everything is there. And so I am still waiting. So they kicked it up to payroll, because now they got to go back and research and put together that paperwork to put in my folder. I know it's there, but it's not. Someone failed to do something. They didn't fail to take it out of my paycheck every 2 weeks, but they failed to process and to upload those documents into my EOPF. So that is what I am working with now. So I encourage you to please check to make sure everything is in there. And so some other things that I want to share with you. We have a program at my workplace called QRB. And QRB is the name for the Government Retirement and Benefit System. That's what we are using. And so after taking a webinar course, I did not know this until I took the course, and then I actually, after the webinar was over, I reached out to my HR office, because apparently this form is the forms that they send to OPM. They're not in your personnel folder. And so I would have never known those forms even existed had it not been that I took this webinar course. And so once I did that, I was able to do an estimation. So I'm in a retirement club at my workplace. And so we, once a month, we have, what do they call it? People that they have to come and talk to us, presentations. And so one of our presentations was our very own HR office to walk us through the process. And so after that presentation was over, I went into our GRB and I did an estimation of retirement. And so they compile all the information together. It's just an estimation, it's not for real. Okay, because I did not do an actual application, I just did an estimation. So I had estimated, when it asked for my retirement date, I actually put in September. But that hasn't since changed. I will be leaving in April. But I just want to tell you what the forms were that were really interesting. So in that requested retirement estimate report, I received my first benefit. It was called a first benefit estimate report. And so the forms were the service computation date report. This is not the date that is on your SF50 that you get where you see service computation date. There is another date, and it is your actual retirement date. So you have two dates. And the date that your HR office is going to use is called your retirement date. So on that form, it has your appointment date, your separation date, agency and type of service, the hours, days worked, years, month, and days. So if you, some of you have have moved around um, from agency to agency, which I moved around too. And so it's going to list those agencies, and it's also going to list whether when did you leave? They call it a separation date. When did you leave that agency, but you went to another one? It's also going to put the agency that you were current and the new one, and the type of service. So, and that could be whether you were regular, you were exempt, you were whatever it is going to have that information there. And then the next form that was in that package was my average salary report. And that form gave me my actual high three, right? And it gave the years, and the amount that was my high three. So I really liked it that. And then the last form that was there was called a certified summary of federal service. And so that form is SF 3107 1. That form actually listed all of my agencies with the dates up until my current one. So those forms are not in your EOPF. They are on the back end of HR. That is the forms that they are going to use. They're going to use your EOPF. They're going to put this entire benefit estimated report together. And this report is going to go over to OPM. But if you request an estimation, you will get to see all of that. And I think you should. Don't wait until you actually get ready to retire and then they send you a copy of it, and that's the only time that you see it. Because if it's potentially something that's not right, or the dates are not right, you have time to fix it. Okay. And then I wanted to share with you some resources that you should be looking at daily. And so I am a member of NARFE, and NARFE is the National Active and Retired Federal Employee Association. Now, it is a fee, it's $48 a year. But what I love about this is not only do you get a hard copy of the magazine, you also get it digitally. But what I like about this is inside of here, they have bill trackers. So all the bills that have to do with us as civil service employees, they track those bills, and they give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if it's good for us, right? So I really love how they do the tracker, and then you're able to see what bills are are that are on the floor that they're voting on, and you get to go click them and see what how is it going to affect you as a service employee. So, and then also you can find a actual group near you. And so I did find my group here on the Eastern Shore. And so I found them I found them through North online, but then I reached out. I found them. They have on Facebook, and I just put a question in, hey, when is your next meeting? And it was right on time. Their next meeting was like maybe 2 weeks. And so I was able to go to that meeting. I was able to sign up, and also my dues were $10. And so I know everything that's going on. And so it is really good. Again, that like I said, there is a fee. It's $48 a year, but it is well worth it. So if you are not a member, I encourage you to become one, so that you will also know what's going on. And then there's the National Institute of Transition Planning Incorporated. It's called NITP. They are really great also. They also do webinars, but they do cost. But when you sign up with them to get their newsletters, every month on Thursday, they offer a free webinar. and the webinars are really great. And also, of course, opm.gov itself. You can go there to look for anything. Just put it up in the search menu and it will find it for you. And then there's another newsletter I subscribe to, and it's called Government Executive. And I love this. It's everything government. The whole entire thing is everything government. And so there is a young lady there, and her name is Tammy Flanagan, and she writes an article in every issue. And she also has a business called Retirement Counseling and Training. And yes, it is a fee to if you want to seek training from her or counseling, that is a fee. But the articles and everything that she writes, there is no cost for them. And then there is also a podcast that I think that you should join, and it's called Plan Your Federal Retirement. And in that podcast, the gentleman's he's a CP, he's a certified financial planner, but he also uh, coordinates with Tammy, and they do things together. And so you can find him on YouTube also, can find him on Facebook, but the podcast is really great. And his name is Micah Shalansky. And again, like I said, Tammy Flanagan does shows with him. And so, of course, I think it was either early this year or last year. I'm not sure when it actually came out, but OPM also has a retirement quick guide, which is really good. It just walks you through the process of how long potentially things take as you're going through the retirement process. And I think that will be really great for you. So all of the resources, I have them down in the show notes so that you will be able to access them. And I ask that you do. Please do not wait until the last minute to do anything. Please make sure that you have your own folder like I do. Have your own binder, your own folder with everything in it, and go through it. Make sure that everything is there that is supposed to be there. Had I not been going through looking, just double checking, I would not have seen that. And that could potentially be a hard show for me. I'm like, OPM already takes a very long time to adjudicate your pension. I don't want anything else to cause it any more time than they already take. And then also the other thing I want to share with you, if you have dental and vision coverage like I do, and I want to take that into retirement, it's through benefits, which is totally different. And so when I retire and I called today to benefits, and that was because I could not get on the system, because I hadn't been on there in so many years, and I had no reason to, because there was nothing wrong with my benefits. So I'm like, okay, let me go on here and get this set up, because what's going to happen is, until OPM gets you finally squared away, where they tell you, hey, this is what you're going to get on a monthly basis, because benefits is not technically hooked up to OPM, you then will have to pay those benefits to those benefits to continue. And then once OPM gets you straightened out, they will then pick that up and pay those benefits for you as if you were still working. And so I called because I needed to, my password wouldn't work. And so the young lady got me straightened out. And then after we did that, that's when I said, hey, I'm going to be retiring next year. And so she said, what date? And then she put the date in. And she said, she told me how it works. And she also let me know that they do not, Once I leave, they will receive a retirement code. And then that code will change me from bi weekly to monthly. And then they don't send you an email. She said everything is strictly mail. So make sure that I have my right mailing address there. They will then send me mailing information, a letter and everything to pay those benefits. And she said, I can set it up automatically, but you cannot use a debit or credit card. It comes straight from your checking account. So you would have to put in, of course, your routing number and your checking account number. And she said they will you can pay your payments that way, but you cannot pay them online. Well, you can online once you put that in there, or you can just mail a check in, but they do not take debit or credit cards. And I did, and I'm glad that I asked her that question. So she put my date in for me already, and she said, just, I'll get correspondence and just act upon that correspondence however I want to. And, and so, and then as soon as my paperwork is adjudicated with OPM, then OPM will pick that back up for me and I don't have to worry about it. So I just wanted to share with you what I have been learning before I go, and also encourage you to please seek early. There is, if your agency does not provide any type of retirement training, there is a lot of training out there. And there is also a place called Serving Those Who Serve. They are fabulous. And again, I put it is in the show notes that you will be able to get all of the training webinars that you need. And I just ask that you seek it early. Don't wait until the last minute. And so I will let you know moving forward how, after I receive the information for the service ticket that I put in, I will let you know what the outcome is for that. I will keep you abreast of everything that's happening to me on this fabulous journey of retiring April 30th, 2025. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.